Aleric, heck, very excited to have you here. And, I wanted to get your feedback as a business owner, as a client of ours, to really just share your experience of working with us, some of the benefits. So what was it about what we have that made you interested to want to actually say, hey, you know what, I do know some stuff, but I want to go deeper. I want to get some help. What was the initial kind of impetus for you?
My accountant told me, he's like, Aleric, you're the CEO. You should be focusing on running the business, not trying to figure out how to maximize some of these points. But I also knew I wanted to maximize the points. So there was a period of time where I was diving deep into it, but then I kind of focused on other things. I got off, on knowing what was actually going to bring in the best points. And that's when, I came across Eli and I realized that we do want to maximize the most credit card points. It's not enough just to, we shouldn't be, I remember we were talking with you, like you should be earning just one times point anywhere, right? You want to either be earning a multiplier or working towards status in every degree of spend. And so what Eli was able to do is come in with his team and actually ensure that we're getting the best amount of points in a way that didn't make me, the CEO. I've got a lot of different things that I'm doing within my company, didn't make me have to do all the heavy lifting. Their team was able to do it and train, which I think is so genius the way that you do it. My executive assistant, Natasha, to actually know how this whole process works. The other big thing that I had never mastered, I never figured out how to redeem travel. That's one of the hardest parts if you don't know what you're doing. I wouldn't even redeem a ton of credit card points because I was nervous that I wasn't going to get the best redemption, because I would go on some of these blogs and I see, okay, you're supposed to get 2 cents per point. And I'm like, well, why is my redemption like 1 cent per point? And it would make me actually nervous to even redeem it and less inclined to do it because I knew I wasn't getting the best deal, but I didn't know how. And that's one of the most valuable aspects, not just earning the best credit card points, but also redeeming it and training my executive assistant, Natasha, to know exactly how to redeem these points. That's kind of what brought me into it. I had some knowledge of credit card points. And the reason I say that is some of you watching right now, you might think, oh, I have a little bit of knowledge. How much more can this help me? A lot, right? Even if you think you know a little, it's just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more.
Now, one of the other things that's been really interesting in working with you and your team and the way you have things set up, which I think is phenomenal, and I encourage a lot of other business owners to do this, is that we've actually got something set up where we're going to be sending some of your team members on awesome trips as really cool incentives. So can you speak into some of that, of how you're using our system to leverage it beyond just your own travel? Because you've got so many points that it's like, hey, what else can I do with these? And there's some value opportunity there. So if you could touch on that, that'd be amazing.
We now actually do what we call Dream Team Dream Vacation. So every quarter we give away 2 full all-inclusive vacations to 2 of our team members, our employee of the quarter as voted on by our other employees, and then also the sales team MVP of the quarter based on performance. So the top sales rep and for the quarter, as well as our employee of the quarter that's voted on by other employees. They nominate each other. And it feels really amazing, even better than travel for myself and of course, travel for family and friends. It's really incredible to give back to my team. And so what we do is we give out, and this is something that Eli and his team has been able to help us kind of map out is exactly how to do this, get the best redemptions. We're even putting together a brochure. We're putting some of the finishing touches on this. We've already been doing this for our team, but now we're like maximizing it and doing this brochure and everything. And what we can do is we give 2 all-inclusive trips, 5 nights in the Caribbean, 2 round trip tickets, them and a +1 for our top employee and our top sales rep every single quarter. And we can do so without barely putting a dent in our points. So we've been doing that now every quarter since we started working with you, Eli. I booked multiple trips for my parents, which is, it's amazing to give them like some incredible trips. I booked a trip for myself. I booked a trip for my family for Christmas. I booked a trip for my brother and his friends. And I think in this period of time, probably 6 dream team, dream vacations. I remember, Eli, you were over here. I think you were over here at my office and about 6 months ago. And I talked about having 13 million Amex points and obviously millions of other points as well. And today, after redeeming all those, giving out 6 vacations to all of my, or not to all, but like to a bunch of my team members, 2 per quarter since then, booking multiple trips for myself, my family, my brother. After all of that, I have 13.5 million Amex points and still a lot of other points. I just use Amex because that's kind of my big points as an example. So I've gone up in points, booked 6 trips for my team, couple trips for my parents, a trip for my family, a trip for my brother, and a trip for me.
Incredible. That's amazing. You joined, you got multiple 5 figures worth of travel value, and then you have more points than when you started. So that is like, that's amazing. And not everyone has 13 million points, but you don't have to be able to optimize this. Obviously, there's a different scale to it all, but just the same system that we're talking about for you would apply to anyone else. And that's amazing. So now, last kind of question here for you, Aleric, would be anyone that's kind of considering getting to work with us, any words of advice, things for them to consider? What would you say to someone that's thinking about joining?
Yeah, absolutely. Whatever level you're at, this is exactly what you need to do working with Eli and the team, because wherever you are at, whether you're a beginner, and also, again, maybe you don't have a high degree of ad spend, you don't have, whatever it is, 13 million points, like that's fine. There's so much you can do from the very beginning to maximize rewards and get a ton of intro bonuses. So just the intro bonuses alone, all of that will pay for the investment itself and then some. And then let's say you're in maybe the middle, right? You're in an intermediary spot. You're running. You got business spend. It's going to be amazing for you because you can get all these different credit cards that can earn you multipliers on your ad spend, on your business, everything that you're doing. That's going to be a great spot as well, because now you're going to dive in. You're going to learn how to earn and redeem points, get trips for you, your friends, your family. Now, if you're a more established business owner, kind of like myself, or even you're experienced a little bit in points, what they're going to do is take you to that next level, so that you can not only earn points at a better degree, right? And there's so much I learned about that, but also redeem the best points, potentially come up with programs for your team members, or at least, not just yourself, but your family, your friends, and also learn how to get status in different areas as well. There's just so much that's possible there. I remember there was one particular thing. There was one massive breakthrough that was such a small shift that I didn't know was possible that, potentially doubled or tripled our earning potential throughout the year. And Eli knows what that is. But you guys are going to have to join the program to learn what that secret is. But really, I can't say enough good things. I really appreciate everything that you've done, Eli, the whole Freedom Travel Systems team. Also, working with my executive assistant has been amazing. You have a whole process. I didn't even know this going in, but my executive assistant got certified in this. Like there's a whole, test. It's actually kind of funny. We put the test on the office fridge that we have over here too. So there's a final exam and all of that stuff for your executive assistant to make sure that they are, they know exactly how this process works. If you have an executive assistant going through, of course, if you're a business owner, you can go through this as well. It's been really great. Really appreciate everything you've done, Eli. Definitely recommend it for anybody watching.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Aleric.